Steve didn't give me credit, but the only reason that Alex Nylander video got done is because I forced him.
It's 100%.
Steve, initially, you tweeted out, I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah, and Adam texted me right away. It's okay. I was only having a great time with my son. And he's like, hey, you should make this Alex Nylander video. Yeah. And I was like, I'll beat you up.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, but like, really, this is what we do. I'm like, oh, for fuck. And then poor Hayden messaged me joking that, hey, you should do an Alex Nylander video. I was like, relax, I'm doing it. And he's like, no. I wasn't. Poor Hayden thought it was because of him.
At 1:30 yesterday, Steve says, I got to put my foot down on this one. LOL, new podcast tomorrow, though. That's somebody asking him if he's going to do the Alex Nylander video. Where's your foot? It's up in the air now.
Yeah.
It's not down. And there's Hayden replying, tell producer Drew I will edit it and Steve give the people what they want.
Yeah. And my agent actually cursed Adam out for making me do that video.
Your agent?
Yeah, I have
Alan?
the recording. I have the
Alan?
Yeah, do you want to hear from my agent what my agent had to say to Adam? Okay.
Is it Leo?
Say, Adam, you're a toilet.
Adam, you're a toilet.
Yeah. And also a butt.
You're a butt.
Oh my goodness.
And a say poo.
My goodness, I can't believe you just said that.
And your pee. And you're a twinkle ballon.
What was that one?
I don't know what that is.
Banana canal and banana phone.
Say, Adam, we're eating rink fries.
We're eating rink fries.
Yeah.
Have you had food while we were eating on the ice?
Oh, you eat.
How long is this, Steve?
It's longer than I remember.
Steve.
It's longer than I remember. I'm sorry.
One picture in the wallet is enough.
All right, you're going to play a 40-minute video of Leo talking.
Listen, I love Steve because nobody thinks their kids are cuter than their own parents, right? But Steve goes a little overboard.
I didn't remember it being that long.
No, you could have cut it at any time.
Let's get into the fries.
Yeah. Oh, the fries. What were they seasoned with?
Leo, repeat after me.
Fries.
We're eating ring fries.
Yeah. Anyway,
he called you a Balalin.
a Balalin. Okay,
He's in a big make-up words face.
No,
That's cool.
that beginning first 5 minutes was good.
Killer. Yeah, he had a good tight 5 there.
You know?
Yeah, we got to work on the rest of it before we get to HBO.
2 hours was really Killers of the Flower Moon there.
You know what? You guys are both.
Jesse, that's a good reference. That's a
little long.
You know what? You're pee and butt and poo.
Anyway, as I explained to Steve, and this is an old reference for the OGs, do your goddamn job. Because that is your job, my friend. And,
you mean the Alex Nylander?
Yeah. Do your job. And
great signing.
Give us a video. And I like this. So let's get into it very quickly here. Alex Nylander played 14 games for the Penguins in 22-23 and 23-24 combined. Didn't score a lot, but if you look at his Wilkes-Barre Scranton numbers, 50 points in 55 games 2 years ago. Last year, he had 32 in 43 and then goes and plays for the Blue Jackets and puts up Kirill Marchenko numbers. 11 goals in 23 games, 4 assists.
40 goal pace.
That's crazy.
Over 23 games. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It tied him with over the same span from February 25th onward. It tied him in goal scoring with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Connor McDavid, David Pastrnak, Tyler Bertuzzi, who was hot as a pistol at the time, Yegor Sharangovich. There's so many names. He was one of the hottest goal scorers in the NHL.
Yes,
from
absolutely.
February 25th onward.
Absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, this signing works for a few reasons. First off, the vibes.
Absolutely.
Second, guys, I don't know if you guys are aware that this guy is actually going to play for the Leafs next year. I know this is a Marlies
I
contract.
disagree.
Maybe.
He plays left wing. And who do we have on the left wing, guys?
Not a lot. They got Matthew Nyes, Bobby McMahon, Connor Dewar, ? Pontus Holmberg, ? It's skint.
It's skint. And I think this guy is this is a great signing for me because my tinfoil hat belief is that he's going to make the team out of camp, no question. And they're going to sign him to an NHL deal as soon as the waiver thing is done.
So
he doesn't. The waivers doesn't matter.
Doesn't
He
matter.
has-
No, it's not like Josh Hosang, where Josh Hosang came and he was on whatever Marlies deal, and then he needed to sign and have entry waivers.
Right.
Nylander doesn't need entry waivers. He can just sign. As long as they have one of the 50 contract slots available, he can just go straight to the Leafs.
But that's my point, Jesse, is if you sign it after training camp, then you get to keep all your guys and him and not put anybody on waivers.
they don't even
Because
have
you're under the cap.
room to do that.
You're under the cap, right?
Right, but it doesn't really matter in the offseason.
It matters. So remember how you have to be cap compliant by the start of the season, right?
Yes.
There's that
Yeah,
cutoff.
the start the season, like day one of the regular season.
Right.
Yeah.
So my thinking is they sign him like day one, day two.
Right.
And then they're able to move some stuff around and move people down and not lose them. That's my point.
It's possible.
Yeah, it wouldn't make.
You
a
don't think
difference.
so?
It wouldn't make a difference.
I think it makes a difference.
I
think it does.
It's hard.
I don't understand
it
what
does.
way it makes a difference.
It's
Fine.
it's real rare.
Like
to
the
go
Washington Capitals right now have more than 50 contracts.
Yeah.
Like if the Leafs wanted to do it, they could. So like it didn't matter if they did it now or that.
It's real hard to have an AHL contract and get an NHL contract mid-season. It's very rare. There have been players where we thought it was going to happen and it didn't.
I thought Kiefer Bellows, man.
I 100% thought Kiefer Bellows, Josh Hosang was another one. There are guys who will earn it in the offseason. If I'm not mistaken, Mason Marchment. If I'm not mistaken, Trevor Moore. Justin Hall was another guy. And those are all guys who have had very good they've played hundreds of NHL games
Yeah.
between them. Nylander, I think, is a guy who's just had terrible luck throughout his career and maybe also shouldn't have gone 8th overall. I think he's going to do extremely well on the Marlies. I think he wanted to sign in a NHL city. And
They also need to score, the Marlies.
they need to score. And
Terrible
oh,
scoring.
my God, he's going to rip it. I think he's just going to rip it up. Put him with someone like Nick Abruzzese, like a pass first playmaker. I think he's just absolutely going to tear it up. But like, does that help the Leafs?
I think we see him in like November. That's
He's going to play.
December.
He's gonna play.
I think injuries happen, and they're so because of the fucking core four. They are so light on the wing, and eventually a couple injuries will happen. Maybe by November, late November, early December, and Nylander's going to be next man up because he's going to do well with the Marlies. And I think eventually Nylander's on the Leafs at some point this season.
Yep.
That's my bet.
There was a good meme. There was like one Nylander at 11 and a half. Two Nylanders at 12 and a quarter.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just kind of, isn't that how it works?
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is, Nick Robertson, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and they're like a passing Leaf fan. And they're like, hey, so what's up with that Nick Robertson guy? And I said, well, his agent has said that he has no interest in signing with the Leafs. And that fan, and this is just an average fan, okay? If you're listening to the show, I don't think you're an average. You're like a hardcore bananas hockey.
We have exactly 0 average fans.
Yeah, you are hardcore.
Yes.
That person said, well, who the fuck does that guy think he is? And he instantly got mad. I was like, whoa, wait a second. And he's like, no. He's like, I like that guy. But he's like, that guy's not right. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? And I think this is also Nick Robertson insurance, because the Leafs can sit.
It's possible.
Well, because he's a depth scorer, right?
Yep.
And Nick Robertson scored 15 goals last year. If he plays this year, he's getting 20. Guaranteed. Now, will there be
I think I
defensive
agree.
lapses? Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's Max Domi too.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Nick Robertson is a player. He needs to earn more time. It's a new head coach. This is a new start. All these things. But if Nick Robertson goes, no, I'm sitting the season, I'm not doing it. Then just go, okay, well, we have Alex Nylander.
Come on. If Nick Robertson did that, it's like, I don't even want you here.
To me, if he signs
I
the deal-
think as the Toronto Maple Leafs, though, who have let RFAs dominate them when they have no freaking cards to play, the Leafs need to send a message here.
Yeah,
This has
if
gotta
Nick
change.
Robertson wants to sit out the season and miss a season of professional hockey, I let him sit and I don't trade him. I say, you're not playing for us ever and you're not playing for anybody else. We hold your rights. You can sit the whole season, because that's so ridiculous for you to be pulling that kind of shit.
like
It is ridiculous.
What leverage do you have,
It is
Robertson?
ridiculous. It is
Like,
ridiculous.
you get to sit the full year. Fuck you.
this isn't Nylander in his prime or well, not in his prime. He's in his prime. This isn't Nylander and his contract dispute. This isn't Marner and his little contract dispute. Those were players in the 60-point range that could have gone higher and did.
Jake DeBrusk is so funny because now he's in Vancouver. He's like, yeah, I asked for a trade like 8 times in Boston. They wouldn't move me because they have my rights. They don't have to trade
And now he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like
And
a multi-millionaire.
and he's Jake DeBrusk, not Nick Robertson.
They did him an enormous favor by being like, well, we want you actually, and we're going to keep you and we're going to put you in a position to succeed. And then he did. Leafs did the exact same thing with Ilya Mikheyev, who fleeced the Canucks in free agency to the point where they had to tie a rocket to him and send him to the Blackhawks. Zadina was like, let me go.
Yeah.
And Red Wings said, we're going to let you go to the worst team in the league.
And
Go
now,
and play on their first line.
Where does Philip Zadina play right now?
He doesn't have a team.
Nobody. Plays with no one. Like, it's Nick Robertson has no leverage here, and it's ridiculous that he's not just like, oh, I'm going to put my head down and try and work for a spot in this lineup.
Honest to goodness, if he signs a deal with the Leafs, I automatically put him in the top 6, and I alternate Nyes and McMahon, which one of them plays on the third line, because I think they're better suited for it. Like, it's not I put one of them beneath Nick Robertson. It's for me doing what's best for the team.
Yeah.
The topic we're discussing is Nick Robertson.
Well,
It's Alex Nylander, but it all ties into the forward depth.
Alex's is a left winger who shoots right. The Leafs would like that. That's great.
Wingers are generally
Like, how much better is Connor Dewar than Alex Nylander?
I think it depends on what he does. Connor Dewar is defense only. Don't put Connor Dewar in the offensive zone under any circumstance.
I think a fan would rather have Alex Nylander. A coach would rather have Connor Dewar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And is it possible to have both? Hey, I have an mostly offense guy who's probably terrible in his own end. I haven't scouted Alex Nylander, guys. I don't know if you guys have really dug deep on the game footage.
Just make a shot.
But
if you look at a player and just their points and go, why are they struggling so hard to plant their roots?
Because they don't play defense.
It's either they don't play defense or they kind of suck in the room or both.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally fair. Connor Dewar is, if you put Connor Dewar and Alex Nylander together as one player, that's a $7 million player.
But it's not.
But it's not.
Unfortunately.
So, hey, but you're the Leafs. You need to get cheap guys. Right. So you got 2 halves.
Got to do the drag.
The thing you just said about the room and the defense thing, that was my whole thing about Daniel Sprong. Like, Daniel Sprong fucking sucks at defense. Can't play to save his life, but he has a decent shot and he gets a couple points every year, like half a point a game.
And Pettersson needs the wingers, man.
There's the reason he didn't have a job until very far into free agency.
At this point in the summer, like, okay, I am a offense first.
Bottom 6.
Yeah, they just do not need those players.
You go
Most
down
teams
the
don't need
list
those players.
of guys who couldn't find jobs. They kind of all fall in that little category.
Yeah.
And Nylander's another one who's a bottom 6 offensive first guy, which isn't very useful to most hockey teams.
I will bet confidently Daniel Sprong got a more lucrative offer earlier in the summer, turned it down, and Alex Nylander had gotten NHL offers, but opted for this. And that's fine.
I think it'd be so cool if Nylander and Nylander play on the same team together at some point.
I hope they don't do the W. Nylander and the A. Nylander. They wear different numbers. I think people can understand. No, you can't.
I want the limited edition.
I want that. I'm on Steve's side.
Yeah.
I want W and A.
So you guys want to be treated like children.
No, I want to be treated
because
special.
You can't tell
like
the difference between the Nylanders with different numbers.
That's right.
They have the same name. Got to put the little thing.
It's confusing.
Stop it.
It's how are people going to know?
How are people?
And you know what?
The different numbers is how they know.
You know what?
That's why you number the players.
I'm getting the Alex jersey,
guys. Guys,
that's
there was a time when the Leafs didn't put the name on the back at all, and the only difference you had was the number.
Now wait a sec. If I'm not mistaken,
there's also a time when like women couldn't vote.
That's
you want
true,
to take us
but
back to those times?
Why
are you trying to bring us back into the olden days?
We already have a system for this, and it works great, and it's called numbers.
Yeah, no, Adam wants to take us back.
Oh, God.
Were you born in the wrong generation?
Anybody who says that, shut up.
Adam loved the Great Depression.
No. I hate those TikToks. But by the way, this is me if I were dressed in the 40s. Like, shut up. You would not want to be in the 40s.
Adam.
Adam, what do you think about? Oh, more like the Greatest Depression.
Yeah.
Here, let me talk about it some more.
Adam calls them the greatest generation.
There's nothing wrong with calling them that, but I'm just saying I would not have wanted to be the greatest generation. Implies you went through a lot of bad shit. Okay,
Generally,
I don't want that.
Adam looks at 1942 and he's like, "Take me back."
No, I want it 70s boomer easy. Okay?
you want 70s?
That's what I want.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I want. When you could work 9 to 5 and it's like, oh, here's my 4,000 square foot house.
yeah, for a box of raspberries,
Exactly.
and a nickel you found in your couch.
Anyway, but continue.
All right, so no names on the back of jerseys. Adam says. Yeah.
If I'm not
No
mistaken,
forward pass. Yeah.
Yeah, Adam wants it like baseball.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, guys on AHL contracts can play preseason games, which means we may get this in the preseason.
Oh,
Even
that's
if
cool.
Alex Nylander never signs an NHL deal, we may get Willie and Alex in the same uniform with W and A.
If they get an assist to a goal, Nylander to Nylander, sign him to an NHL contract.
Nope. No.
Like, make it happen.
I want them
think-
on the same line.
Number of assists and also number on jersey because you can't put the initials. It's not allowed, right, Adam?
Shut up.
It's not allowed, right?
You need to shut up. Right
Why do you hate modern times?
I don't hate modern times. By the way, wouldn't the best line in preseason be Max Domi between the two Nylanders? Oh. The all who gives a shit line? No defense.
The all our dads played in the NHL line.
That's half the NHL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honest.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do they make a whole line though?
What do you mean? Do they make a whole line?
Like, is there an entire line in the NHL that's all sons of former NHLers?
We just need 2 defensemen.
That's a D pair.
Well, we have Nylander, Domi, Nylander. So there's
Right.
there's a
No, he's asking like right now, is there a line in the NHL?
Oh.
Not can we make
I don't
one?
think so. Oh, I think you meant
Hypothetically.
like can you make them out of NHL?
No,
players?
is there
Oh
a
no,
line
of
right
course
now?
you could.
Yeah, of course.
I don't
But
think
is there one?
Is there one right now?
I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Maybe
I think
two.
a Nepo line would be sick.
Yo, the Nepo?
Yeah, instead of baptism by fire, but nepotism by fire. Put it against the Leafs. You see? Like give me a bad newspaper headline. I'm your man.
Ooh. Sons of, and then it's got to be like a play on anarchy. Or no, you just do Sons of Anarchy, and because they scored. That's it. Sons of Anarchy. That's it.
I don't know, man.
Done.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
but
it
it's got to
works.
be bad.
It does have to be bad.
Sons
Yeah.
of Anarchy. There it is. Our favored sons.
Fortunate Sons.
Fortunate sons.
Like the CCR song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's an
definitely what I
old
was
reference.
thinking of.
I'm glad that you
Fortunate
I'm
sons.
glad that you know that. Yeah, anyway, we can come back to this. We don't need to stick on this topic too long. Yes.
Hey,
yes,
Hayden, do you have thoughts?
Yes, Hayden.
Hold on. There you go.
I think the closest we got with the Leafs this year, I was calling it the Nepo line at home. Bertuzzi was on a line with Nylander and Domi.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
one.
dad, uncle.
Uncle. Yeah. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
This is the family reunion line.
I'm trying to look through some of the family connections, but I can't do it enough. I can't build a whole line. Or if somebody will message us. Let us know in the YouTube comments or on Twitter or something if there's any line. It's got to be a full line that played in the NHL. That's all Nepo babies.
And then
let
we'll
us
do
know if you got it.
Whole starting roster.
Yeah, there you go. All-star team.
Yeah.
All-star kids.
We need goalies.
all the Sutters.
Just all of them.
well, I guess the kid Sutters, right?
Oh, Adam.
Brandon
This
Sutter.
show is going to be 3 hours long.
I know.
We get
I
into
know.
that.
I know. I want to talk to you about one of my favorite segments of this entire year came pretty recently when we talked about just how old Cliff Fletcher is.
Man.
And how many things have happened over Cliff Fletcher's life. Like, here's what was in vogue when Cliff Fletcher started in hockey. And it was like the late 60s. He started in the NHL. Lance Hornby of the Toronto Sun has confirmed that Cliff Fletcher renewed his contract with the Leafs for another year as senior advisor. He is soon to be 89 years old, doesn't get
my
out to many
goodness.
games, but he said he puts in a full day with a bank of televisions and a computer streaming service to watch NHL, Junior, AHL, and NCAA games at home.
Wow.
I think that's pretty cool. I want to see that wall of TVs.
I also do. How many of them are like the big wood, like
the cabinet
tube
TVs. I had the thunk.
Oh,
when
of
you turned them
course.
up.
Oh yeah. Does his remote? My Nona used to have her remote. It was like a little box that had a switch on it where you went up and down it, gring, 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 and naturally we'd fuck with it every Christmas and wreck it. But yeah, she had that thing since the 70s.
You used to call it a clicker because it would click.
Yeah,
Remotes don't do that anymore,
dude.
They used to click. It'd be like a thunk.
More like Click Fletcher.
I remember I had a TV that was so old that you could not. There was no remote for it. You had to go. It only had 13 channels, and you had to go up and press which channel you wanted right on the television.
One of my favorite, like, just little anecdotes for like how technology changes is I had to help my grandpa set up his TV, like HDMI and all that. You know what his trade was? Television repairman.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But like
it's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
He was born in 1925.
Yeah.